Step into Ventichic, your haven for budding billionaires in pursuit of inspiration. Imagine crafting a timepiece that embodies intricate complications, where every element, no matter how minuscule, is meticulously customized. The question arises, what would be the price tag? Thousands, tens of thousands? While it's challenging to put an exact figure on it, there's one certainty. The Richard Mille RM 11, a rose gold flyback chronograph, carries a price of £100,000. Let's delve into the reasons behind this intriguing cost. History. While it might feel like a distant memory in the grand sweep of time, it was during the final decade of the previous millennium that the world of mechanical watchmaking underwent a transformation. This industry, which had fought its way back from the brink of obsolescence just a decade earlier, embarked on a journey of embracing innovation and change. For centuries, watches and clocks had dutifully performed their timekeeping duties, placing function above all else. They were essential tools found in hallways, hanging on walls, or adorning wrists, with their sole purpose being the measurement of time. Occasionally, a subtle touch of elegance would grace their designs, a hint of rose gold, a flourish of ornamental details on the hands, yet this was an era where watchmaking was a disciplined craft, one that allowed little room for playful experimentation. However, as the winds of change swept across the landscape of horology, a new era was ushered in. The watchmaking industry, once bound by tradition and formality, began to loosen its ties and embrace a newfound spirit of innovation. It was a time when watchmakers dared to dream beyond mere functionality, when creativity and artistry started to intertwine with precision mechanics. The mechanical marvels that emerged during this period would eventually become the embodiment of both technological advancement and aesthetic expression. In hindsight, that final decade of the previous millennium marked a pivotal moment. It was the inception of a journey that saw timepieces evolve from being mere tools to becoming veritable works of art, reflecting the changing times and attitudes of a world ready to embrace the fusion of tradition and innovation. However, the dominance of mechanical watches was eventually disrupted by a more functional technology, the quartz crystal oscillator. Interestingly, Swatch, a present-day titan in the luxury conglomerate realm, embarked on a journey to inject a sense of fun into its creations, proving that watches could transcend seriousness. If you're enjoying what you're watching, don't forget to like and share this video. It really helps us out. Around 1991, about a decade after the realization that mechanical watchmaking had to transition from being a mere utility to embodying aspirational luxury, watchmaker Frank Muller embarked on a transformative endeavor that challenged generations of Swiss tradition. He gave birth to a novel concept, a playful mechanical watch. Up until that point, the realm of high-end horology was predominantly characterized by classically designed watch cases housing traditional complications. Individuality often took a backseat in this landscape. A watch from Patek Philippe bore a striking resemblance to one crafted by Vacheron Constantin, which in turn shared similarities with another from Audemars Piguet. Frank Muller's visionary initiative marked a turning point, triggering a cascade of change that birthed a wave of new brands, including Roger Dubuis, Parmigiani Fleurier, and Alain Silberstein. These brands shocked the industry by diverging from the norm. However, standing out amongst them all was Richard Mille, capturing the attention of none other than Richard Mille himself, a jewelry magnate of note. His name became synonymous with innovation. Recognizing a golden opportunity to fuse his ardor for watchmaking with his passion for Formula One, Mille embarked on a journey that would yield exceptional and stylish creations. However, while Mille possessed an abundant passion, he wasn't a watchmaker by trade. Thus, he turned to his friend Giulio Papi for guidance, co-founder of Renaud & Papi. For the uninitiated, Renaud & Papi is a revered establishment under the Audemars Piguet umbrella, renowned for crafting extraordinary movements. Be it a small independent brand striving to break into the ultra-high-end market, or even Audemars Piguet itself, Renaud & Papi stands ready to conceive and craft bespoke movements tailored exclusively to your vision, albeit at a remarkable expense. Now comes the question, what value can such a creation genuinely warrant? Let's endeavor to construct the Richard Mille RM 11, scrutinizing its components, and let's start with screws as our point of reference. If you were to replace a screw within a movement like the ETA 2892 for instance, you might find it obtainable for only a handful of pounds. A stash of these screws is readily available, churned out by a machine that's consistently produced identical screws for the last 10 years. This advantage comes from the efficiency of producing on a larger scale. But now, let's consider a scenario. What if you desire to fashion your very own distinct screw, or even have an artisan meticulously craft it from scratch? To create such a bespoke screw, you'd likely allocate around half a day's labor, factoring in the skill of the craftsman, the machinery used, the tools employed, and the cost of materials. Assuming a daily rate of 120 pounds, it's reasonable to estimate that the expense of producing a custom screw of this caliber could land around 50 pounds. Do you know that you can become a part of our YouTube family by subscribing and enabling notifications? It's the best way to stay connected. Now, envision fabricating the screw using diverse materials, using exotic metals like titanium, and in varying sizes. Add to that the necessity for flawless finishing, given the high-end nature of the watch. As a natural consequence, costs would undoubtedly escalate. Additionally, there's the intricate matter of tooling. Introducing a new category of screw would demand a meticulously designed screwdriver, one tailored to apply precise torque without causing any blemishes or deformation to the screw. Expenses begin to accumulate, and it's important to remember that we're still addressing merely the realm of screws and the tools to wield them. Richard Mille's production extends beyond a single watch. In 2017, 4,000 watches were made, some parts shared to reduce unit costs. Yet, even with optimization, a screw's cost wouldn't be a few pounds. This requires swatch group-scale sales. Each model also demands unique components, increasing limited production. Consider the sapphire dial, challenging to machine and print on. The skeletonized big date wheels exemplify intricate delicacy, crafted in small, precise quantities. Unexplored is the realm of research and development. Consider the caliber RMAC1 movement, housing hours, minutes, seconds, flyback chronograph, countdown timer, dual hours and minute subdial, month indicator, big date, and adjustable geometry automatic winding rotor. Each facet necessitates meticulous design, development, and testing for just a few thousand watches. Comparatively, when a giant like Omega crafts a new movement, the investment caters to integration into hundreds of thousands, if not millions of watches. While Omega's watch with an in-house movement priced at £5,000 sells 100,000 units, a company introducing the same movement but vending merely 1,000 would need to recalibrate margins accordingly. Much like Formula 1 cars, Richard Mille's watches transcend surface-level marketing. Beyond the motorsport-inspired elements, such as the clutch pressure plate crown and throttle pedal pushers, there's a deeper resonance within the realm of Formula 1. In the world of Formula 1, a dozen teams contend with custom-built machines, crafted from the ground up in such exclusive quantities that the complete cost of a Formula 1 car amounts to approximately £10 million. To offer perspective, the price of the steering wheel alone matches that of the Richard Mille watch in discussion. Both entities share a rare and intricate essence, contributing to their elevated costs. Such is the premium for pursuing something genuinely unique. So, when it comes to the value of a Richard Mille watch, where do you stand? Is the considerable expense justified in your eyes, or would you consider alternative choices for the same investment? Feel free to express your thoughts in the comments section below. And that concludes our discussion for now. We appreciate your presence here at Ventichic. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all our upcoming content. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting updates.